Hello, this is Uwe with a short video about the stitch length adjustment on this class of machine. Now, there's a few machines that use this, including the Singer 111 W103. This happens to be a 153 W102, but it has the same stitch length adjustment. Normally, this button back here shows a number in this opening here, and that gives you, if it's well adjusted, a rough idea of what the stitch length should be. When you take this bolt all the way out, you can see that it is just a very long pin with a pointy end here that pushes this part out of place or not. This is actually the part that creates the feed motion. And if this is not working right, then your machine will just not feed properly. There's a few parts and they sometimes go missing. This screw here actually has a spring underneath it and a little point that at the bottom that creates a spring action to move it back into place. At the opposite end there's a set screw, actually two set screws on top of each other that allow you to limit what the maximum stitch length can be. You can see this part is being offset. If I move it, I'm turning the screw and you can see this part here being moved back and forth. So it is spring-loaded, and you can, if I move it all the way out, you can actually press this part with a spring. So this part is spring-loaded. Here's a close-up of the two parts that need to align here. This part creates the eccentric motion that creates the feed movement of the feed dog. So I have the pin all the way turned out. This needs to be a spring-loaded movement. If you hold this inner part with a screwdriver, you should be able to move the other part against it, and it needs to be able to move against each other. Again, if the zeros align, that is maximum feed movement. If they are at the opposite end, you have no feed movement at all, because the eccentric does not produce any movement. So, check this part here. If you can move it by itself after you take out the pin. And if it does not move, put some drops of oil on here. And also here, this is the pivot point, and this is the part where it creates the eccentric motion that creates the feed movement for the feed dogs.